Welcome, everybody, to today's Masterclass session featuring SkinCeuticals, where we're going to get back to the basics and talk about some anti-aging essentials today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping tasks that we just need to run through. First of all, we have about a 45-minute presentation for you this afternoon with a little bit of time left at the end for some live question and answer. The session is being recorded and we'll make the recording available to watch at your leisure sometime early next week. And we have some moderators behind the scenes who are standing by to answer any questions that you have about SkinCeuticals throughout the presentation. Please use the Q&A widget that Zoom provides to ask your questions. That just helps our moderators make sure that everybody's questions get addressed and answered. We don't want to leave anybody out. That being said, I would love to introduce you to our presenter today, Corey Ramos. Corey, hi, Corey. Corey is Manager of Education at SkinCeuticals and is a licensed esthetician with 15 years of experience. She strives to educate and empower others to feel confident in choosing the best formulas to help them achieve healthier and stronger looking skin. And today's presentation, I'm sure, will not fall short of that as she dives into anti-aging essentials. Corey, take it away.
Absolutely, Chrissy. I am so excited for today's very special class. Class is in session. I hope you have your notepad and your pen and your pencil. But if not, we're going to have this posted for you later, as Chrissy mentioned. Again, please feel free to ask questions throughout. I saw a lot of your questions come through. Amazing questions. Lots of questions on, am I using the right products? How do I apply my products? What should I be using for my skin? And a lot of questions around breaking out and sensitivity and how to include hydration and take care of your skin throughout the winter season, which hopefully we're going to hit all of those questions and more as we work through today's content. But again, if you have a question that comes up when I'm explaining something, we have our SkinCeuticals educators and estheticians in the chat, as well as support from the amazing LovelySkin team to answer all of those questions. And I will answer some at the end. We'll have about 10 to 15 minutes to take some Q&A. So super excited to connect with all of you. Thank you for being here and thank you for carving out time in your day to learn a little bit more about SkinCeuticals and about your skin in general. So we're super excited. Before we get started and I start sharing my presentation and my slides, I have a poll question for all of you. Have you noticed, you're going to see this come up on your screen, have you noticed a seasonal change in your skin? Have you noticed a seasonal change in your skin? Let's see. Let us find out what the answers were to this poll question. I love it. I will answer out loud. I definitely have. Have you noticed a seasonal change in your skin? 73% of you on this call right now said yes. 18% not really, and 8% aren't sure. It's okay. It's okay not to be sure. But for those 73% that have noticed a seasonal change, we're going to have some solutions for you. So let's get started with our presentation today. Similar to how our wardrobes change for the winter season and the change from summer to winter, we can definitely see a change in our skin and maybe the need to switch up our skincare wardrobe, if you will, right? So we got to swap some things out, make some adjustments, make some changes, and we can really, really solve the winter skin woes by making just a few of those adjustments. So let's dive into what are the winter skin woes? What do we see this time of year? We're officially in full winter season mode. Changes of the weather this time of year also mean changes in our skin and the way it normally behaves. This can also mean that specific concerns that we may have may be amplified, right? Which can leave us seeking relief and looking for things to really help combat those winter skin woes. Now, during the winter season, these are the top concerns that we see at SkinCeuticals, that our esthetician and physician partners are seeing with their patients that are coming into their office during the winter time. And these changes increase during this time of year. So free radical damage, dryness in the skin, dehydration, flaky skin, right? Chapped lips, cracked skin even, irritation, redness, stinging, sensitivities, all of those. So let's dive into each of these individually and kind of talk about what and why these things are happening. What is causing these things to happen in our skin during this time of year? So if you resonate with any of those, listen up. So starting with free radical damage, you may not feel this or really notice this right now, but it's something that we see in skin during the winter season, an increase in free radical damage. You hear us talk about free radicals a lot here at SkinCeuticals. Free radicals, in a nutshell, we're just going to really quickly cover this. They're molecules with unpaired electrons. Now, this causes them to be highly unstable and highly chemically reactive. They're super unhappy. The problem here is that they have to steal an electron from surrounding healthy skin cells to then make themselves stable, but that causes a cascade effect, and the healthy skin cell that they stole the electron from then has to steal an electron from another healthy skin cell. So, and so on and so on and so on. Now, I like analogies to really break down complex scientific, things that happen in our skin. It helps me to remember it a little bit easier. So if you can imagine you're at a club or you're on the dance floor and it's your favorite song and you're dancing with your favorite person, somebody comes and steals your partner, your dancing partner. Oh no. So then now you're by yourself. You have to steal another partner because this is your song. You're not going to not dance. But then that partner that you stole from then has to steal another one, and so on and so on and so on. So that's kind of what happens with free radicals and how they interact and damage our skin. So that process causes a harmful chemical reaction, oxidative stress, that leads to premature signs of aging. It accelerates the aging process. It really causes damage to our collagen, to the DNA structure. It visibly shows up as dullness, fine lines, wrinkles, loss of firmness, elasticity, and so much more. So free radical damage is really one of the top anti-aging concerns that we should be addressing every single day. We need to be extra aware of free radical damage during the winter because lifestyle changes, right? We may not be applying our vitamin C antioxidant to prevent that oxidative stress. We may be skipping on the SPF application. And both of these are going to be key to defending our skin against free radical damage and preventing and neutralizing it as well, to keep our skin looking and feeling its absolute best. Now, the cool winter air might feel really good, especially coming from a hot, hot summer, wherever you are in the world. But that cool winter air is lacking a lot of moisture. It's lacking a lot of humidity, and that's not good for our skin. It leaves our skin feeling tight, feeling dry, really sucking all of the moisture out of our skin. Again, this can lead to that super dry, flaky, even cracked skin. We tend to see it a lot around areas that are thinner, like the lips. We're constantly contracting our lips. We're using them to speak, to smile, to laugh, to sing, to eat, all of that. We're maybe licking them. We're applying products to our lips that may not be that moisturizing, so we can see that discomfort start to rise during full-on winter mode. Around the eyes can tend to get really tight and dry, maybe even around the nose. Think about all of those areas that are susceptible to discomfort during this time of the season. In addition to that, we have redness, irritation, maybe some skin flare-ups and sensitivities that are really ramping up this time of year. Maybe you're noticing an increase of, like I said, stinging when you're applying your products, visible redness, and this is due to those extreme fluctuations in temperature, the drop in humidity, and again, maybe lifestyle changes, lack of sleep, maybe your stress levels are rising. We are attending a lot of parties and gatherings, so maybe we're increasing and changing kind of like our diet, eating a lot of sweets, maybe an increase in alcohol consumption. All of those things can really contribute to breaking down and weakening your skin barrier. And when your skin barrier is not supported and it's not strong, we really see an increase in the skin sensitivity, the reduction of our skin's own natural moisture levels, and they kind of all of this ties in together around this time of year. So unfortunately, there are things that we do deal with around this time of year, but good news is that we can combat these winter skin woes by making a few simple and easy adjustments to our daily skincare routine, how and what we're applying, how and what we're using, and what ingredients we want to add back in, or maybe just reevaluate our current routine. Does this have what my skin needs this time of year? Think about that wardrobe change, right? So winter skin savers. We talked about the woes. How do we combat that? So to combat free radical damage and really help to prevent and neutralize that, we want to make sure we're applying our daily vitamin C antioxidant serum and SPF every single day, rain or shine. To combat skin dryness and dehydration, you really want to make sure you're supplementing and amplifying hydration in your skincare routine. We're going to talk about how to do that and what to reach for. To combat flaky skin, dryness, chapped skin, cracked skin, you really want to make sure you're incorporating richer, thicker corrective creams and treatments. So whether that's a corrective cream, a hydrating mist, maybe a mask you reach for once or twice a week, we really do want to supplement and maybe swap what we're currently using to amplify that and increase the moisture levels in our skin. And to reduce the appearance of that visible redness, skin irritation, sensitivity, reactivity that we may be experiencing, we really want to look at supporting our skin barrier. What can we do? What can we use? What can we change or incorporate to really support that skin barrier? Now let's dive into each of these individually and talk a little bit more and expand on each of these. So starting with antioxidants and SPF sunscreen. There's a myth that if the sun is not out, that you do not need to protect your skin. This is false, absolutely 100%. Now, contrary to what some people believe, UV rays are present even during the winter time, even when the sun is not out. So we're most familiar with the two types of rays that the sun emits, UVA and UVB rays. Now, I want to break this down really quickly for you. UVA are aging rays. Easy to remember, UVA, A for aging. You're not going to forget that. So the UVA rays are consistently strong throughout the year. This is all year round, even when the sun is not out, even when we can't feel it on our skin. UVAs are really, really just terrible for our skin. They are responsible for skin wrinkling, for discoloration, loss of elasticity. These rays are very pesky too. They can penetrate through clouds, through glass. So if we're in the car driving, that left side, that gets us all the time. Our hands as well, maybe the chest, beacon for the sun or beacon for the sun, the skin UV rays, I mean. And it also penetrates through, if you work from home, right? If you have a window next to you, really penetrates through that window. UVA damage is a threat to the skin all year round. So just remember that, even on the overcast days. So we really want to be diligent in applying our sunscreen every single day. Now, UVB rays are the burning rays. B for burning, UVB. UVB rays are stronger in the summer. So these are the rays that we feel that warm our skin. They feel so good. They're really stronger in the summer. But in addition to being responsible for sunburns, they can also contribute to skin cancer as well. So they don't penetrate the skin as deeply as UVA rays, but they're also dangerous to the skin's health. So you just really want to make sure that facial sunscreen is an essential step to your daily anti-aging skincare routine every single day. Be sure that when you are purchasing a sunscreen or you're looking for a new sunscreen to incorporate into your routine, there's so many options out there for you. We have some which we'll talk about in a second. But again, the best sunscreen is going to be the one that you like and that you're going to use. So just make sure you find one that you love, that suits your skin type, that suits your skin needs, and you should be good to go. Just make sure that it's broad spectrum. Broad spectrum means that it's going to protect you from both UVA and UVB rays, which is what you want and what your skin needs. Now, we also know that, free radicals are produced by the sun, by UV rays, but they're not just produced by that. They're produced by pollution, which doesn't go away in winter. They're produced by diesel engine exhaust, which doesn't go away in winter. And so many other factors, including lifestyle changes, like we talked about a little bit ago, like changes in your stress levels, diet, lack of sleep, which can most definitely be affected and increased during this time of year, right? So this is why in addition to your daily sunscreen, you're also using a daily antioxidant vitamin C serum in your morning routine to really give you that double defense and defend against free radical damage, neutralize free radical damage and prevent that skin damage that leads to accelerated aging, premature aging, and all of those fine lines, wrinkles, loss of elasticity, etc. Okay, so hydration. To combat winter skin dryness, it seems like a simple solution, right? Duh, hydration. I need to hydrate my skin. So of course, make sure you're drinking enough water, getting your electrolytes in, of course, but also topically amplifying and enhancing your hydration routine. If you're already using a hyaluronic acid serum, maybe you add a heavier hyaluronic acid serum. Maybe you add another hyaluronic acid serum and layer that on top, or maybe you add in a mist daily that you can add hydration in on the go, on demand, or even a hydrating mask. So these are really simple ways to address and amplify hydration and supplement hydration to carry you through the winter season. Now, you can also make other skincare swaps. Remember, think back to that summer wardrobe. We're swapping out the tank tops and bringing in the sweaters. We should be doing the same thing with our skincare routine. So if you use a foaming cleanser throughout the year and you're noticing your skin is really dry and you don't know what else to do, maybe swap out that foaming cleanser for a creamy cleanser. That could be a really simple swap that you can do that can make a world of a difference. Look at your skincare products. Look for ingredients like hyaluronic acid, like glycerin. Reach for a thicker, richer corrective cream, right? That helps to deeply moisturize. Maybe ingredients like ceramides and fatty acids, essential lipids for the skin to help lock hydration in and prevent that hydration loss that we can experience during this time of the year. Now, skin barrier support is also super essential during the winter season. So remember, when your skin barrier is happy and healthy and intact, it can protect your skin and it can lock in moisture and hold on to essential moisture and keep the good stuff in and the bad stuff out, right? So you really want to make sure we're paying attention to the skin barrier health, again, including ingredients in our routine that are essential lipids, which make up the skin barrier, like ceramides, like fatty acids, as well as maybe complexion calming ingredients if you're experiencing visible redness and itchiness. I am oily and blemish prone. However, this time of year, my skin gets super dry, super itchy, and super irritated. So I really have to look at my skincare routine and swap things out that are a little bit more hydrating, but that are also not going to clog my pores and cause congestion and lead to breakouts, right? So we can definitely do that without disrupting the health of our skin overall. And we're going to talk about how to do that in just a second. So let's dive deeper into each of these winter skin savers. We're going to give you some options, compare the different formulas that we have at SkinCeuticals, and then at the end, we're even going to give you a blueprint or example regimen or routine that you can play around with and see, maybe I have some of these products and I can kind of organize them in a way to address my skin's needs and keep it supple and healthy and super hydrated and bouncy throughout the next few months. Let's start with antioxidants. So as we mentioned, we want to prevent free radical damage with antioxidants. If you know SkinCeuticals, if you've used SkinCeuticals, if you're a SkinCeuticals fan, if you've attended any one of our other masterclasses this year, you will know that SkinCeuticals is the antioxidant authority. Vitamin C serums, we do them well and we do them like no other. So pure vitamin C, also known as L-ascorbic acid, is considered to be one of the most powerful and effective antioxidants. And when properly formulated, topical vitamin C antioxidant serums have been shown to neutralize skin damaging free radicals and help to improve the visible appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and discoloration. When you're using a daytime vitamin C serum in your routine consistently, you really are going to help to optimize your overall skin function. Remember that vitamin C is essential for growth, for skin repair, for the production of collagen, which really keeps our skin bouncy and supple and youthful looking. And it also helps to brighten the complexion overall and enhance radiance, right? So not all vitamin C serums are created equal. At SkinCeuticals, our research shows that a topical vitamin C antioxidant serum must be formulated properly in order to be effective on the skin. And this is dependent, our research has shown, on 3 factors: the form of vitamin C used, the concentration of that vitamin C, and the pH of the overall solution. And so that's how we formulate all of our vitamin C serums here at SkinCeuticals. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into what that is on our next next slide. But just to recap, remember that vitamin C is a super powerful antioxidant that you want to include in your daily skincare routine, especially during the winter season. It's going to neutralize free radical damage, provide visible anti-aging benefits, and it's really essential to maintain a healthy complexion and carry you through the aging process really gracefully. A pro tip that we have here at SkinCeuticals is to reach for a more moisturizing formula of vitamin C, like CE ferulic, which I actually have here. I'm a Silymarin girl all year round. So the rest of the year, I use Silymarin CF. However, during the winter, I use CE ferulic. This is my skincare winter wardrobe swap because it really has that moisturizing factor from the vitamin E to replenish lipids. And I find that that simple swap makes a world of the difference for my skin. So I don't have to do too many changes. It's just that one change that I have to do, and my skin feels so much better all winter long. So just an example. Okay, moving on to our next slide here. Let's compare SkinCeuticals antioxidants really quickly. But before we do that, I have a pop quiz question for you. Class is in session. What are the benefits of using a daily vitamin C serum? What are the benefits of using a daily vitamin C serum? I should have a little like Jeopardy song. Next time, next class. Awesome, you guys. Let's see. Waiting for those poll questions to come back. Yes. Class is in session and you all have shown up and you are A+++ students. 94% of you said all of the above. I love it. Amazing. Great students. So let's go ahead and move on to the antioxidant comparison sheet here. Now, starting with CE ferulic, patented vitamin C serum. I talked a little bit about my love for it during the winter season. This is best for anybody concerned with wrinkles and loss of firmness. It has vitamin C, pure vitamin E, and ferulic acid. You have Floritin CF, which is great for those primarily concerned with discoloration and uneven skin tone. Of course, it's going to neutralize free radical damage as well, right? That's the role. But you also get those corrective benefits for your specific concern if that's something that you're currently concerned with. Moving on to Silymarin CF, this is best for blemish-prone and or oily skin types. Really helps to, again, neutralize free radical damage first and foremost, but also correct excess oil production in the skin. That also can cause oxidation in the skin and help to address overall clarity, fine lines, and blemishes. And then Serum 10 AOX Plus. This is great for our reactive and sensitive skin. If you are super sensitive, but you still want to use a vitamin C serum, you can, and that's Serum 10 AOX Plus. So we have many options for your unique needs as they change, as they stay the same, as you progress through the aging process. You may switch, you may swap, you may move from one to the other. So definitely lots of options for you. You don't need to use more than one because remember, they're all going to neutralize free radical damage. You don't need to layer them. One is going to be powerful enough. And at SkinCeuticals, we promise to deliver advanced skincare backed by science. We're also, like I mentioned, the antioxidant authority, with over 30 years of research in the arena to back our vitamin C serums. In fact, SkinCeuticals founding scientist, Dr. Sheldon Pennell, discovered how to formulate the first ever topical vitamin C serum using L-ascorbic acid, also known as pure vitamin C. So his research also showed, like I mentioned before, that in order for a vitamin C serum to be effective, it needs to be formulated using pure vitamin C at a specific percentage, at a specific pH level. Now, this research is patented and it's known today as the Duke antioxidant patent, and SkinCeuticals is the only brand that formulates their antioxidants following this specific patent and the factors outlined in it. So love that for us. We're also backed, like I said, by 30 years of research, over 40 clinical studies worldwide, more than 20 US patents and patents pending, and we've won more than 100 beauty awards and counting. So that's all I want to say about the vitamin C serums. We get a lot of questions about them, why they're the best, why we recommend them so much, why they should use a SkinCeuticals vitamin C antioxidant over another one. I mean, I want you to just get that free radical protection in, but I want you to get it in the best, most effective way for your skin that also addresses other unique concerns that you may have, and you can do that with one of these serums on the screen. So if you need help deciding which one you should be using or when, just let us know in the chat and we'll help you out. Moving on to our next category. My slideshow's a little slow today. Sorry, everyone. Okay, hydration. So we talked about antioxidants. Let's move on to hydration. Hydration, like I said, it sounds simple, right? Duh. Skin is dry, you need to hydrate. But how are we hydrating? Is it effective for our skin? Is there a way we can amplify and enhance that? So hydrating with hyaluronic acid is essential, right? We know that hyaluronic acid is a natural humectant that has the ability to bind and retain water to the skin. It can hold many times its weight in water. It's a water-loving ingredient and acts like a sponge to really attract and bind and hold that into the skin. Hyaluronic acid serums are a valuable addition to any skincare routine. It's for all skin types. It supports healthy cell function. It really helps to increase suppleness of the skin and the way it looks and feels overall, right? There's also a lot of myths surrounding hyaluronic acid, so I do want to touch on some of those. So despite an abundance of evidence that exists that hyaluronic acid does provide the skin with long-lasting moisture and plumping benefits to help the skin look and feel its best, there still are several myths that I encounter quite often, that we encounter quite often here at SkinCeuticals. So myth number one is hyaluronic acid dries out the skin. I hear this so much, and it's perhaps like the most pervasive hyaluronic acid myth. If you do a simple Google search, you'll find like lots of articles that claim that this ingredient makes dry skin worse or dries your skin out. This is a fallacy. It's often tied to improper formulation of a hyaluronic acid serum and sometimes improper application, right? And so that could mean that the formula is not properly formulated to effectively do what it needs to do. Also, it could mean that if you're applying a hyaluronic acid serum, you're severely dehydrated, severely dry, you're not properly layering your products and applying something else on top to seal and lock in that hydration with essential moisture from a rich cream, from a moisturizer, from a treatment, things like that. So we're going to talk about how to make sure you're applying products correctly in the specific order that you should be for your skin's needs. Now, at SkinCeuticals, we formulate, like I said, our hyaluronic acid serums to be effectively absorbed by the skin. You do not need to apply them to damp skin. However, if you enjoy that, you definitely can. And we have ways for you to do that. We'll talk about that in just a second. So it's definitely your preference, but know that the way that we formulate our hyaluronic acid serums is going to be effective in effectively hydrating and binding essential moisture to the skin, not drying it out. Another myth is that hyaluronic acid is an exfoliator. This is a really hot question that we've been getting a lot lately. This is another common misconception. It's mainly because of the presence of the word acid in hyaluronic acid, right? It's easy to compare it to like a glycolic acid or a salicylic acid. But the acid in hyaluronic acid is in its name because of the natural pH of hyaluronic acid itself. And so that's why it's called that. It's not going to exfoliate the skin. It does not promote a shedding effect of dead skin cells. But in combination with another ingredient, a formula itself can be both exfoliating and hydrating. So you can have the combination, but hyaluronic acid itself will not exfoliate the skin. Remember, it's just going to hydrate the skin. It's a water-loving ingredient. It's a humectant. And myth number 4, all hyaluronic acid is the same. It is not. So when it comes to skincare ingredients, hyaluronic acid is often just like an umbrella term, but hyaluronic acid comes in many different sizes, shapes, and forms, right? So you want to make sure that the formula itself has a lower molecular weight. There is a specific type of hyaluronic acid that we use at SkinCeuticals. It's called sodium hyaluronate. It is a synthetic salt-based derivative that has a lower molecular weight than natural hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid naturally exists in our body. It's in its highest concentration in our joints and in our eyeballs and all of that. It's great. It's the body's natural hydrator. But in order for the skin to absorb from the outside in, it needs to be at a lower molecular size. So that's why all of our hyaluronic acid serums are formulated using sodium hyaluronate, which is going to give you that proper bioavailability and absorption to the skin so it can actually do what it needs to do. Love hyaluronic acid, and we're going to give you some options on the different ways to include hyaluronic acid in your skincare routine. So we call these the Hydra Correct portfolio, right? So Hydra Correct, meaning they're hydrating, but they're also corrective. So again, we want to give you options, not to just like solve the need, but also address additional concerns. It's called working smarter, not harder, which I love. I want to use the least amount of products possible, but also get the most maximum benefits for my skin. And that's just me personally. Sometimes I feel like a maximalist and I want to use 12 products. That's fine. But sometimes I don't. And I love that I have the option to mix and match and kind of switch it up with SkinCeuticals products because they're made to layer together. So we have here our hyaluronic acid serums in the portfolio. We're going to start with HA Intensifier. I actually have it here because I've been applying it to my lips and patting it into my under eye area all day long at my desk. HA Intensifier is our hydrating and plumping firming hyaluronic acid serum. It's corrective. It's best for loss of firmness, smoothness, and facial plumpness. You'll see it has this beautiful kind of purple rosy color there. It's very thick. It's beautiful. It instantly hydrates the skin. Really great for crow's feet. You can apply it to the eye area. You can apply it to the lips as well, which is really helpful during this time of year. It helps to amplify skin's hyaluronic acid content by up to 30%. Really great for nasolabial folds, the laugh lines here, the marionette lines, the entire parentheses here, and then loss of facial fullness. So if you're starting to notice that loss of volume, just take this, apply it and press it into the full face, under eyes, on the lips, neck. Don't forget the hands as well, whatever you have left over. And really good to amplify hyaluronic acid and offer that anti-aging correction. So has hyaluronic acid in it, also has ingredients to help amplify, maintain, and enhance skin's own hyaluronic acid levels to plump and hydrate the skin. We have Hydrating B5 Gel, which is a lightweight hyaluronic acid serum for instant skin plumping and long-lasting surface hydration, great for all skin types. If you are breakout prone, blemish prone, this is a great option for you. It's oil-free. It will not clog the pores. It is acne safe, and it's also really, really great to add in that additional layer of hydration either before and after your moisturizer. So a great tip that we like to share is apply it like you would your hyaluronic acid serum, then apply your corrective cream, then apply another layer right on top, kind of like a little skin flooding moisture sandwich there. So you can definitely add that in during the winter. Phytocorrective Gel is our hyaluronic acid serum for reactive and sensitive skin types. It has those complexion calming, soothing botanicals, great skin barrier support here. So if you're experiencing some of that sensitivity and skin barrier weakening, stinging, irritation, this might be something you want to include in your winter skincare routine, if not all year round. And then we have our Texturing Activator, which really helps to replenish and resurface the skin. So remember we talked about hyaluronic acid is not exfoliating, but it can. The formula itself that it's in can be exfoliating if there's the addition of other exfoliating ingredients. So Retexturing Activator is that gem. It is a replenishing and resurfacing serum that helps to enhance skin cell turnover. It is so gentle for the skin. So maybe this is your way of your method of exfoliation for the winter time. If you use glycolic 10 Renew Overnight or retinol throughout the rest of the year, but you're finding that your skin cannot handle it during the winter, swap to Retexturing Activator during the winter time. This is going to be a great option to give you that simultaneous hydration and exfoliation at the same time to promote gentle shedding of the skin cells without drying the skin out, right? Because you're addressing both issues. You can also really support the skin barrier with this formula. It has kombucha. It's also oil-free, really helps to smooth the skin and diminish the appearance of surface skin lines to leave your skin absolutely glowing. So we love Retexturing Activator, another great addition or swap for your winter skincare wardrobe. Moving on to anti-aging moisture, right? We want to talk about the corrective creams, the treatments. How can we add more hydration, more moisture into our skincare routine? So that are focused on anti-aging. Anti-aging creams are formulated to address age-related skin changes like fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration, loss of firmness. So you really want to look for formulas during the winter that are hydrating, that are moisturizing, that are rich in ingredients like lipids and humectants, maybe glycerin, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, fatty acids, natural cholesterol, that all help to lock in the hydration from your hydrating serum so that that moisture does not evaporate, but also to strengthen the skin barrier and offer the visible anti-aging benefits that you need, whatever they may be, right? Wherever you are on the spectrum. So ask yourself a few questions when looking to make a decision on which corrective anti-aging cream you want to incorporate into your routine. What are the visible aging concerns that you have? What is your need in moisture level or hydration, right? And those are really going to help you determine which formula you should use and gravitate to. Another great tip for winter is if you normally use a lighter moisturizer during the rest of the year, maybe a gel formula, an oil-free formula for spring and summer, maybe swap to something a little bit thicker and richer in the winter time or when temperatures start to change. Maybe you just add it in the evening and you keep using your gel oil-free moisturizer or your lightweight moisturizer in the morning. So you can definitely do some cool swaps there to increase that hydration and also provide those visible anti-aging benefits for the skin. We have some great options for you. So let's kind of talk about the difference between these formulas and which one you should use, why, and when. It's, first of all, never too early to start an anti-aging cream or regimen, especially if you're starting to see early signs of aging like fine lines or discoloration. Incorporating anti-aging creams into your daily skincare routine can really help correct these as well as more advanced issues, right? So starting with Phyto A Plus Brightening Treatment, this is an oil-free soothing gel moisturizer. It's still very hydrating to the skin, but it's going to also focus on addressing out of balance skin. So visible redness, reactivity, clogged pores, congestion, excess oiliness, and discoloration, especially from past blemish marks. If you have uneven texture, rough texture, this is a great formula to choose from. Now, even though it's oil-free and it's gel, you can still gravitate towards this in the wintertime, but just make sure you're supplementing that hydration with a hyaluronic acid serum, right? That suits your skin's needs. So make sure you're amplifying hydration in some way. Metacell Renewal B3 is going to be another lightweight emulsion, really helps to address discoloration, uneven skin tone, loss of elasticity, works to promote skin cell turnover. It has niacinamide, 15% glycerin. Glycerin is a humectant, a water-loving ingredient, so great formula to gravitate towards during the winter. Maybe you use this in the morning and then you use a thicker cream in the evening, like Triple Lipid Restore 242. Love me some triple lipid. Oh my gosh, this is a skin saver for me in the winter time when my skin is feeling compromised, dry, itchy, irritated. I love Triple Lipid Restore 242. It improves the look of facial fullness, rough texture, dullness. It's good for universal signs of aging, wherever you are on the spectrum. It has ceramides, fatty acids, and natural cholesterol. That's why it's called Triple Lipid Restore. Those are all lipids, so 3 lipids there that are essentially building blocks to the skin barrier. So you're supporting and strengthening your skin barrier while also enhancing radiance in the skin and improving visible signs of aging all at the same time in this rich, silky texture that your skin just drinks up. It's like a hug for your skin for sure. And then we have AGE Interrupter Advanced. AGE Interrupter Advanced is best for more advanced signs of aging, fine lines, deep wrinkles, crepiness, and thinning. It helps to reverse the natural glycation process that happens to all of us that impacts collagen decline and accelerates visible signs of aging. So this has a creamy whipped balm texture, but it also delivers 24 hours of hydration. You can definitely use, oops, I'm gonna go back, sorry about that. I wasn't done with that slide yet. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Okay. I think there's just too much education in this deck right now. I don't think PowerPoint can handle it. Okay. Oh. Here we go. We're going to try this again. It can't handle it. It just really can't. You're getting a preview of everything else. Okay. So you can use Triple Lipid Restore and AGE Interrupter Advanced together in a routine. If you see the need for both Triple Lipid and AGE, you definitely can. Or you can use one in the morning, one in the evening. Super amazing to do that as well to get the benefits of both formulas. But again, if you layer them, you can definitely layer them. Do AGE Interrupter Advanced first, and then Triple Lipid Restore 242 on top. Love that combination. Okay, moving on to skin barrier support. To support your skin barrier, there are a few things that we want to keep in mind for the skin, right? We want to reach for skin barrier supporting ingredients, like we just talked about a few, ceramides and fatty acids, lipids, right? Maybe skin soothing ingredients that can help calm visible redness in the skin. Changes in environment really affect the skin barrier. Changes in lifestyle really affects the skin barrier. Lack of humidity really affects the skin barrier. So we really want to look to see how we can combat that and really help to support our skin barrier. When our skin barrier is healthy, our skin is healthy. We also want to make sure that we're mindful of adding in ingredients that we may need. So maybe a hydrating mist, maybe a hydrating mask, something that maybe you didn't use during the summer or the spring could be really beneficial and an instant switch, instant relief for the winter season. And so we're going to talk about how to do that in just a second, but we also want to make sure that we're not over exfoliating during this time of year. So maybe it is a good time to scale back on certain things. Maybe we're not using physical scrubs as often. Maybe we're reaching for retexturing activator or including that triple lipid restore 242 to help support our skin barrier if we're still using our other active ingredients. So you can still use your retinols and your glycolic 10 renew overnight and still use those heavy hitting actives because we still want your skin to reap those benefits, but maybe you have to make those slight changes to help support the skin through the winter season. So mist, hydrating mask, a richer, thicker corrective cream could be the answer to all of those woes. Again, also maybe booking an in-office treatment, a hydrating facial this time of year, an advanced clinical facial to just go in and kind of enhance and amplify your moisture levels in office would be really great this time of year as well. I'm gonna go slow now because I don't want to skip over too many slides. Okay, here we go. Some options for skin barrier support that we have for you. Phytocorrective Essence Mist, which I have here on my desk. I spray this diligently all day long. It works even over makeup. It's instantly soothing. It's like, you know, when you're really dehydrated and you take that first sip of water and you're like, oh, so thirsty. This is what it feels like when you mist this on the skin. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It has glycerin, so you get that water binding effect, but it also has calming botanicals in it, like cucumber and thyme, to really help reduce visible redness instantly in the skin, help to support the skin barrier and fight against that reactivity. Antioxidant lip repair is a great supplemental product that you may want to incorporate into your routine if you're not using it already. I put this on twice a day. I keep it at my nightstand, and anytime I'm going to apply a lip product, I put this on first to really help protect my lips. This has increased the hydration and moisture levels of my skin around the lip, on the lips, really helps to fight those fine lines, chapped, cracked lips. So good for it. And I love that it's like a cream that absorbs instantly into the skin. It's not like a gloss or anything like that. It's kind of like a little moisturizer for your lips, which I really love. And then you can apply anything you want on top. It has antioxidants, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid. So really yummy for the lips to just absorb. And then we have hydrating B5 mask, a hydrating gel mask with hyaluronic acid to intensely hydrate the skin instantly. You can sleep in this mask if you wanted to, just apply to clean skin, go to sleep and then rinse in the morning. You can also just put it on for a quick boost of hydration, leave it on for 10-15 minutes on clean skin and then rinse off. Apply the rest of your skincare as usual. And then phytocorrective mask, which is a hydrating mask plus skin soothing benefits, right? So you get reduction in visible redness, helps to fight against that reactivity and sensitivity when your skin needs a little bit of extra love, plus the hydration, very calming, very hydrating. So you have great options here to incorporate into your skincare routine to really amplify and enhance that hydration. All of these which I fully partake in during the winter. Moving on to sunscreen. So again, remember, we want to protect the skin from UV rays all year round. Make sure to apply daily, rain or shine, and look for ingredients in a SPF formula that may also help with hydration and improving moisture levels of the skin. So those exist. Just remember, you want to apply this every single day, rain or shine, all season long. Facial sunscreen is an essential step in your anti-aging routine. So we don't want to forget that. And we have many options for you to choose from to take your skin from summer to winter, which we're going to dive into in just a second. But before we do that, I have another question for you. It's a true or false question. So this pop quiz one will be a little bit easier. You have two options here. True or false, UV rays are less harmful in the winter. True or false, UV rays are less harmful in the winter. Waiting for those answers. While we wait for those answers, I just want to take a quick look at the screen here. We have 3 SPF formulas here for you. They are all broad spectrum, meaning they are all going to help protect against UVA and UVB damage. We got the answers in. UV rays, true or false? False. UV rays are less harmful in the winter. Good job. 98% of you got it right. Again, you came to class, you came to learn. A+++ for all of you on the call. Amazing. So moving on to our sunscreen portfolio, we have, I love these options for wintertime. We have Physical Fusion UV Defense, which is a tinted mineral sunscreen. It helps to enhance natural radiance of the skin, evens the skin tone, boosts the complexion, all of that. Very lightweight. I love this formula for daily use. And then you have Sheer Physical. If you prefer a non-tinted mineral, this is the option for you, SPF 50. And then Daily Brightening UV Defense SPF 50. This is the one that I use during the winter time because it has hydrating ingredients in it like glycerin, and it helps to keep the complexion nice and bright. It has a beautiful finish, kind of like a lit from within glow that you get that's really beautiful under makeup or even alone. And I love that you also get skin brightening benefits from this formula as well. So 3 wonderful options for you to choose from. If you haven't found your favorite within our portfolio, there are so many other sunscreens that you can definitely take advantage of, and the LovelySkin team can help you figure out which one is going to be best for you. Just remember, the one thing that I want you to remember in addition to applying your daily vitamin C serum is don't forget your sunscreen. Really protect your skin and protect the investment that you're making in your skin with your products, with your time, and with your energy with the sunscreen. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our next slide. I'm waiting because I don't want this to go. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So to wrap up and kind of recap everything, we want to bookend with how to regimen build for the eye area. So I don't want to skip on giving you options here. So I just quickly want to run through this portfolio. We talked about antioxidant lip repair already, but eye care is so, so important. So we have an antioxidant specifically for the eye area with AOX Plus Eye Gel. You apply this once daily every day. And then you have 2 options for eye cream. You have eye balm, which is best for maybe you have sensitive eyes. You have super, super dry eyes. Eye balm is going to be really great for you. AGE Advanced Eye is going to be great for those looking to address visible signs of aging like crow's feet, puffiness, loss of elasticity, dark circles, all of that. So AGE Advanced Eye really is that next generation eye cream to help improve visible signs of aging. Now, there are some questions that we get around eye cream and eye care. Are eye creams really necessary? That's the top question. I get asked that a lot. Are eye creams really necessary? Do I really need to use an eye cream? The delicate skin around the eyes is 10 times thinner than other areas of the face, and you can feel it, right? We tend to see the first signs of aging really happen here. So you want to use a formula that is specifically formulated to protect the vulnerable skin around the eye area while preventing visible anti-aging concerns that we see here, like those fine lines and wrinkles and under eye bags. So specifically formulated to penetrate and be suitable for that area is why we want to use a specific eye formula. Another question is, what age should I start using an eye cream? So again, it's never too early to incorporate an under eye cream. They really can help. Using one at a younger age can help prevent or delay the appearance of visible signs of aging. And when do I apply an eye cream? That's another hot question. When do I apply an eye cream? You can really apply it at any point in your skincare routine, depending on your preference, but we like to recommend, to reap the maximum benefits, apply your eye cream after your serums and before your moisturizer. That's a good rule of thumb to apply your eye cream and when to apply it. So to recap everything that we've talked about, anti-aging essentials for winter are going to include antioxidants to prevent skin damage, hydrating formulas and treatments to correct your visible concerns while offering hydration, and SPF to protect against UV rays, especially UVA rays that are present all year round. Before we dive into Q&A, I want to give you those blueprint example routines for winter divided into skin type. So we're going to start with sensitive and aging skin. So if your skin is sensitive, you're also concerned with anti-aging, this is a good blueprint for you to follow during the winter season. Now, you want to start with Soothing Cleanser, which is a foaming, creamy cleanser, super hydrating, super soothing to the skin, removes makeup and sunscreen. I love this. It's like, it reminds me of like a marshmallow fluff that just kind of like hugs the skin as you're working it in. It feels so good. Love Soothing Cleanser. Serum 10 AOX Plus would be your vitamin C serum of choice. Then go ahead and mist, Phytocorrective Essence Mist. Apply Retexturing Activator to give yourself some of that skin resurfacing glow and address fine lines and wrinkles. Remember, we're anti-aging here. Phytocorrective Gel for complexion calming and hydration. And then Sheer Physical UV Defense Sunscreen would be a great option for you. Now, do you have to follow this blueprint exactly? Absolutely not. The great thing about SkinCeuticals formulas is that you can build a custom regimen that's completely personalized to you. And we're super happy to help you with that. Maybe you swap some of these out for something else that sounds like more of what your skin needs. You can definitely do that. So you can have a lot of fun here. You can minimalize it. You can maximize it, all of that. For the evening, we have Soothing Cleanser, then Resveratrol BE for evening antioxidant application, Phytocorrective Essence Mist, Retexturing Activator again, then Phytocorrective Gel, and then lastly, wrapping it all up with Triple Lipid Restore 242. And again, remember, you can apply Triple Lipid Restore 242 in the morning too, so you can have a lot of fun with this, but these are just blueprints for you to save in your pocket and kind of look at when you're applying your skincare routine next time. Next, we're going to move on to discoloration and aging. So if you have a concern of discoloration, uneven skin tone, dark spots, sun damage, stubborn dark spots, brown patches, but you're also concerned with anti-aging, here's a blueprint for you. Start with Simply Clean Cleanser. Floritin CF will be your vitamin C serum of choice. Remember, you can also swap to CE Ferulic. Phytocorrective Essence Mist to add hydration, discoloration defense to help address discoloration in the skin and uneven skin tone. Add in that hydrated B5 gel. Maybe you add in another hydrating serum here, or you swap it for something else a little bit heavier. Totally up to you. And then daily brightening UV defense to hydrate and protect your skin from UV rays. In the evening, it's going to look a little different, but mostly the same. Simply Clean Cleansing Gel to start, then Resveratrol BE for our nighttime antioxidant protection, helps to firm and increase radiance in the skin. Phytocorrective Essence Mist to hydrate. Then we have retinol to help resurface the skin and increase skin cell turnover. However, remember, if retinol is too harsh for you, you can reach for Retexturing Activator during the winter time. Follow with your corrective discoloration defense, and with Triple Lipid Restore 242 to really lock in that hydration and help support the skin barrier while nourishing dry skin. And probably the most requested and popular is going to be anti-aging in general, hydration, anti-aging for winter. This is the blueprint for you. Start with Replenishing Cream Cleanser, locks in hydration, removes makeup, thoroughly cleanses the skin. Follow with CE Ferulic, then Phytocorrective Essence Mist, then the lovely HA Intensifier, layer on AGE Interrupter Advanced, and then end with Physical Fusion UV Defense Sunscreen. Your nighttime anti-aging blueprint, here we go. It's going to be starting with Replenishing Cleanser, following with Resveratrol BE, then Retinol 0.3, Phytocorrective Essence Mist, HA Intensifier, and AGE Interrupter Advanced. Remember, you can add in Triple Lipid Restore 242 as well. You can add in another hydrating serum. Maybe you have all four of them. People do it for sure. You can definitely layer all of the hydration that you need and want. Maybe you swap Retinol 0.3 for Retexturing Activator. So you can make a lot of specific little changes to make it super personalized and customizable to you. And we're here to help you with that. So just let us know if you have any questions at all, so we can help personalize your regimen even more, so that it's best for your skin and to really keep it healthy and hydrated all winter season long. Okay, so that was it. I think we're going to open it up for questions now. I want to say thank you to everybody that was on our class today, on our call. It's our last one of the season. I can't believe it. 17 days till the new year. It blows my mind, Chrissy. I can't believe it.
I know. We were just talking about holiday shopping and do we have it all done? And I'm like, it doesn't seem possible that we should be
Oh, I
talking about
know.
the
I
holidays.
agree.
Alas.
I know.
Okay. So we do have some questions here, and I kind of feel like we'll probably get some more coming in as we start to answer some things. I want to start with Carolyn's question. She asked this question before the session started, and I think it's a really, really good one. She wants to know if there is a difference between dehydrated skin and dry skin, and if so, like, would you treat one differently than the other?
Absolutely. Thank you for your question. That's a great one. Yes. So dry and dehydrated skin are slightly different. However, we can experience them both maybe at the same time and certainly individually. So when your skin is dehydrated, it's lacking water. That's when you want to address that with hyaluronic acid. Remember, it's water binding, water loving. When your skin is dry, it's lacking moisture, meaning it needs essential lipids like ceramides, fatty acids, things like that to help. And you want to address that with like a thicker, richer cream, right? And you want to address both, usually during the winter, dehydration and dryness together. So apply your hyaluronic acid serums, make sure you're sealing that in, locking in that hydration with moisture from your thicker, richer creams.
Sandy asked a question that our amazing moderators answered for her, but I think it's probably a good one to push live. And she was wondering if there is a toner that you could integrate in the winter to help add hydration to the skin.
Yes, so Phytocorrective Essence Mist, it's not categorized as a toner, it's an essence. So toners really are something you kind of put on, and you can either swipe them off or you can press them into the skin. Those are toners, and they usually have a specific mission, right? Either to exfoliate or to balance the skin after cleansing. Essences are a little different. They're all about adding in something to the skin. And with Phytocorrective Essence Mist, you get that adding in of hydration with glycerin, with hyaluronic acid, and then those skin soothing benefits that we talked about, reducing visible redness, helping to decrease reactivity and sensitivity around this time. And you can even put it on over makeup and it'll work. It's like a little beauty snack. It's my beauty snack that I reach for. Like, I have my hydration at my desk and I try to be mindful of my intake of water, but this is also like topical. So I drink water, I miss my face. I drink water, I miss my face.
That's amazing. Christian asked a very good question while you were giving your presentation. Is it really necessary to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours, or is that just for when you're spending time outside?
Great question. Yeah. So when you're being super active, you want to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. I would say it's a great rule of thumb to try to reapply every 2 hours. And it is really beneficial to do so with our formulas because they're easily reapplied. So you just kind of press, distribute how much you need into the palm of the hand and then just press it over your makeup and you're good. It's like three little presses on the skin to reapply. So if you can reapply, we strongly encourage reapplication. However, because you're not sweating and you're not being super active and outside, it's okay if you don't reapply as often, but definitely try to.
Let me see here. Renee wants to know what are we using on the neck for the winter time?
Renee, I love this question. Everything that you apply to your face, take it down to the neck and the décolleté. First of all, anything left over, take it onto the backs of the hands, right? These are the two areas that give our age away, I feel like, the most. And so definitely take it down. Everything that you apply to the face, you can take down. Also, this is a product I actually was just talking about skincare gifts for, friends and family. And Tripeptide Our Neck Repair, I feel like this is the product that like nobody really thinks about, but everybody needs. And it's for the neck area. So your corrective retinol treatment for the neck helps with jowling, with crepiness, with loss of elasticity, even sun damage, the tech neck that we get from looking down at our phones all day. Really great. And you apply this in the evening, work up to 7 nights a week. You can eventually apply twice a day too. So specific correction for the neck. You'd love it.
Awesome. Let's see. There was one that I had pinned. Sarah wants to know, how do you choose between Triple Lipid Restore and Renew Overnight Dry Moisturizer? That's kind of one we didn't touch on. So that's a great question.
Yeah, so Triple Lipid Restore 242 is definitely a next generation corrective formula. You are going to get higher tech ingredients. You're going to get that triple lipid complex. If you love Renew Overnight Dry, which a lot of people love it, it's like a tried and true because you get a little bit of that exfoliation property in it. I wouldn't say you need to choose between each. I would include them both. Especially during the winter time. So Renew Overnight Dry might not be enough hydration for you during the winter. So if you want to choose between the two, I would gravitate towards Triple Lipid Restore 242, just at least for the winter time. However, best solution would be layering them both together. But just remember, Triple Lipid Restore 242 is going to give you more of those clinical benefits as far as visible anti-aging with skin fullness, radiance, skin barrier support, and really just strengthening the skin while also minimizing the appearance of pores and rough texture.
And one last question. Celeste is using Retin A and a moisturizer at night and CE Ferulic in the morning. She says she's 65 plus, so we'll leave her age anonymous.
Okay.
But she wants to know if she would also benefit from incorporating a glycolic acid or an AHA BHA product into her regimen.
Yeah, absolutely. So we love alternating any sort of retinoid with glycolic 10 Renew Overnight. You can also alternate with maybe Blemish and Age Defense that has glycolic acid and salicylic acid. So you get BHAs and AHAs in one formula. So depending on what her skin needs, she can alternate nights with either Blemish and Age Defense and her Tretino or Retin-A. Is that what she said she's using? Retin-A? Or glycolic 10 Renew Overnight and Retin-A. So just switching nights, not ever applying on the same night. It's just overloading the skin if you do it all the same night. But yeah, you can definitely do that. And they work really great together. They're partners in anti-aging crime. Love it.
Awesome. Well, that answers all of the questions that we had in our little Q&A rundown. I also want to let everyone know that if you have any additional questions after this broadcast, that you can contact our customer care department at customercare@lovelyskin.com. We're all trained here at LovelySkin by no other than Corey herself. So it's just like, we're like an extension of Corey and an extension of this masterclass by asking us questions about SkinCeuticals. And they would be happy to walk through any inquiries that you may have.
I can confirm.
Yeah. Lastly, I want to thank Corey. Corey, thank you so much for your time. It's always amazing to have you. And we all learn so much every single time you are a guest presenter for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I can't believe it's the last one of the year. I'll see everybody next year. Take care of your skin and yourself, and happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year. It's been so much fun.
Thank you so much.
All
Have a
right.
good afternoon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.